Last but not least, we're going to look at the Social Security Administration. What you see here is an IT top line of $1.5 billion, which is down around $300 million from last year. That's mostly because of some successful modernization at the National Computing Center in Woodlawn. One thing to note about this budget as well, if you look into federal cloud spending, you'll notice that SSA is by far the largest cloud spender in the federal government. That's because of that National Computing Center facility that I just mentioned, which is the central facility that hosts all of the agency's IT. In other words, the whole environment is a private cloud. It's the largest in the government. And although the IT budget here is broadly divided into mission-supporting technologies and infrastructure maintenance, a significant portion of both is dedicated to cloud spending.
On the contract side, you'll see that there are really only 3 vehicles of note. First are the common vehicles that we've seen at most of the other agencies, Schedule 70 and SOUP. They are important avenues to sell your products at SSA. The other specific contract that you're going to want to keep an eye on is IT Services Support Contract, or ITSSC, and that handles most of the major development and IT support activities at SSA. In terms of vendors, you do want to pay attention to the work being done by Lockheed Martin, EMC, and Northrop.
Now, on the technology side, we'll start here with infrastructure, because that's where roughly 60% of SSA's annual IT budget goes every year. The major driver of purchasing here is the migration away from the National Computing Center and into the new National Support Center, or NSC, facility. The NSC is going to take up that central position in SSA's nationwide private cloud. Now, this migration is scheduled for completion at the end of FY15, and a lot of the IT infrastructure here still needs to be built out. That includes a long-awaited move away from the mainframe, which is still a central component of SSA's IT environment. Tom and I have been talking throughout the presentation about agencies creating a modern technology stack, and while this is just bringing SSA from 50 years ago to 25 years ago, it is a step in the right direction. Next up is cloud, which we come back to at SSA because of the amount that they spend here. Now, there's one particular upcoming opportunity that I want to point out, and that is their search for an on-site private cloud software contract, which means that they're looking to start provisioning COP software to host out of the NSC. That means that the private cloud here is going to expand beyond infrastructure and hosting services and move towards a truly holistic cloud environment, providing a full range of service to internal customers. And finally, cybersecurity. As the NSC continues to build out and ready itself for the 2016 opening, network security, perimeter security, IDS and IPS, and SIM tools will be strong requirements. You'll especially want to look out here for the Systems Operations Support Service, or SOS contract, which was recently awarded to Coniag Technology Services and covers a lot of the central cybersecurity management at SSA. Organizationally speaking, this agency is very centralized in their Baltimore headquarters. In terms of mission requirements, the major group to look out for is Disability Adjudication and Review, which is led by Glenn Sklar. They're handling some of the major mission development activities at SSA this year. However, you'll notice that there is only one office that we've highlighted here, Systems. The reason for that, and this really is no exaggeration, is that Systems is the IT insertion point at the agency. Although there are end users and program managers at other offices, the central nature of SSA's IT infrastructure extends to the management. In other words, there is a corresponding systems group for every mission area in the other SSA offices. And it's those systems groups that have the final say in what technology gets installed here.
So with that being said, we should probably take a look at the Systems Organization led by Bill Zielinski. Now, you've got 2 offices here that have major requirements. Telecommunications and Systems Operations is one. They're going to be buying infrastructure for the NSC, and they're led by Tom Grzymski. Now, on the mission application side, you have Disability Systems. Look for Rachel Dumser, who leads that office, to have a wide range of cost opportunities.
Speaking of those opportunities, let's wrap things up with some SSA programs, starting with the Disability Case Processing System, or DCPS. As the name suggests, this is a back-end system that handles all applications for disability benefits coming into SSA. Now, much like CADE 2, and because this is a back end, they're looking for requirements around case management, as well as spending some of that $60 million in DME funding on financial and workflow management tools. Because this is a relatively new system, application development needs are here as well. And of course, there are the robust cybersecurity requirements that come with anything that handles this much taxpayer information. And we'll finish up with a look at the front-end system that supports DCPS Intelligent Disability. Because this is a front-end, development activities are more heavily focused on content management, identity and access management, web services, and some more general data management needs. SSA is also calling out requirements for integration, specifically between the public-facing components of Intelligent Disability and that DCPS backend. So those of you in the audience with tools and stories around successful data integration, and particularly information sharing across platforms, will want to reach out to Rachel Dumser and find some opportunities at Intelligent Disability.